Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So today I came across some stories, and I will include links to those news stories in the description box so that you can read them for yourself. And basically, these stories reveal that the Justice Department will not bring charges against the two officers who are responsible for the killing of African American Alton Sterling. He was killed in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I will include a link in the description box so that those of you who have not seen the actual video footage of this African American man being killed by the police so that you could see it for yourself. But this man was apparently out front of a store, a convenience store, selling CDs. And there were some police reports that he had threatened somebody with a gun or whatever. And the police arrived on the scene. When they got there, they got into an altercation with this man. They grabbed him and threw him on top of a car and then slammed him on the ground. And they were tussling with him. They pinned him down. And while he was pinned down, while two officers pinned him down, one officer had his gun pointed at this brother's chest. And then another officer or somebody in the crowd was yelling, gun, gun, gun. He has a gun or something like that. And then shortly after that, this police officer fired multiple shots into Alton Sterling's chest. And then after that, an officer pulled an object out of Alton Sterling's pocket that appears to be a small handgun. Now, it's unclear from the tape whether or not he was reaching for the gun. And watching it, I didn't see any evidence that he was actually reaching for the gun. The police attacked this man before he had a chance to really even do anything. The fact that he was pinned down and he looked like he was in a position where he could not pose a threat. The fact that the police killed this man, shot him at point blank range in the chest, raises all kinds of questions. And I'm not surprised at all by this result. And I'm going to explain to you why I'm not surprised. First of all, we got to understand who's the Attorney General right now. And I've talked about this time and time again. Jeff Sessions is the U.S. Attorney General right now. He's the one in charge of the Department of Justice. He's the one that's responsible for enforcing civil rights laws in this country. And this man is a racist. This man has a record of supporting, the rollback of our voting rights. This is a man who supports the police virtually unconditionally. This is a man who basically said that he wants to review all these consent decrees and agreements that have been entered with police departments for their discriminatory practices against Black people. He wants to review these things. He's so concerned about hampering law enforcement and all that kind of stuff that he wants to reconsider all these consent decrees. So I'm not surprised at all that this man and his Justice Department would not bring any kind of charges against these police who killed Alton Sterling. I'm not surprised. And then given the fact that there's a high legal standard for bringing such charges against police officers, federal charges, again, I'm not surprised because even under the Obama administration, it was difficult for them to prosecute police officers for civil rights violations. I mean, there are rare situations, such as the situation involving the killing of Walter Scott in South Carolina, and I will do another video about that after this video. But for the most part, justice departments, they're limited in their ability to bring individual, charges against officers for civil rights violations. The way that these Justice Department, the Justice Department is most helpful is when they actually conduct investigations of police departments and enter consent decrees with these police departments to end racist and discriminatory practices. That's how you make a difference. And given the fact that this man, Jeff Sessions, has already indicated that he doesn't support consent decrees, that he wants to review all these consent decrees, despite the fact that the Justice Department under Obama negotiated all these agreements, that should tell you where he is. That should make it clear to the world that this man and his Justice Department are not going to do much when it comes to any kind of civil rights, in particular, these cases of police brutality. So this is only the beginning, and it's only going to get worse from here. So those are my thoughts about that situation. Tell me what you think. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.